Hello, this is Janila, the person behind Crafty Crochet Castle, and in this video I'm going to show you the pattern to crochet the Firework Applique. Make sure to check out my crochet Rocket Firecracker Applique as well. This project is very quick and the tutorial is beginner friendly. To crochet the Firework Applique, all you would need is some yarn. I'm using worsted weight 100% acrylic yarn here, and I'm using a 3.75 mm crochet hook. You can choose any yarn, but make sure to use appropriate hook size. You would also need scissors and yarn needle. Now let us get started working on our project. This project is worked in rounds. For round 1, I will do magic circle followed by 10 single crochet inside the ring. To do a magic circle, you have to hold the yarn like this and wrap it around your 2 fingers. I'll be wrapping around once and I will cross it over at the point where both the yarn meets. Next, I'm going to pinch here. Carefully take my fingers out. Make sure the yarn is held in its position. Next, I'm going to insert my hook inside this little loop, yarn over and bring up a loop. This is the yarn that is coming from the skein. So now I'm going to carefully take my fingers out and hold everything in place and yarn over and pull through the stitch. So there we have made our magic circle. So this ring is adjustable. We'll be working our 10 single crochet inside this ring. So now to do a single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook inside this ring, yarn over and bring up a loop. I have 2 loops on the hook. I'll yarn over and pull through both the loops. This stitch is called as the single crochet. We have made 1 single crochet here, so I'm going to make 9 more single crochet inside this ring. Once when you've completed your 10 single crochet, your project would look like this. Now let's close the opening. To close the opening, I'm going to simply hold the tail and pull it tight. Once when you pull it, the magic circle will close automatically. Now to complete round 1, I'm going to join with a slip stitch in the very first single crochet that we made here. To do a slip stitch, I'm going to insert my hook inside the first single crochet. Next, I'm going to yarn over and bring a loop through the stitch and the loop on the hook. So this is how a project would look at the end of round 1. This is a circle. Now let's work on round 2. It is in this round we'll be forming the shape of a firework. So first I'm going to do chain 8. To do a chain, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop. So there we have made our very first chain. I'm going to make 7 more chains in here. So once when I've made a total of 8 chains, I'm going to do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So this is the first chain from the hook and this is the second one. In here, I will do 1 single crochet. So now we would have a total of 6 chains remaining. So I will do a slip stitch each in the next 6 chains. We already have seen how to do a slip stitch, so you can follow that. So once when we've completed doing slip stitch in the 6 chains, I will do a slip stitch in the next stitch of the round 1. That is over here. So now I'll be repeating this one more time. That is chain 8. A single crochet in the second chain from the hook, followed by a slip stitch in the remaining 6 chains. followed by a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. Now for the next one, I will do chain 9, followed by a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, followed by a slip stitch in the next 7 chains over here. Once when we've completed working on these chains, I'm going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. Now I'm going to do chain 10, followed by a single crochet in the second chain from the hook and a slip stitch in the remaining 8 chains. And a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. So now we have completed the structure on one side of our firework. Now we'll be working on the top 2 ones. So for this one, I will do chain 8, followed by a slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. Instead of single crochet, I'm doing a slip stitch here, and a slip stitch in the remaining 6 chains. Followed by a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. I'll repeat the same one more time. That is chain 8, followed by a slip stitch in the second chain from the hook and in the remaining 6 chains. Followed by a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. So now we worked on the top 2 structures. Now it is time to work on the other 4 stitches in this side. So for that, I will do chain 11, and I will do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. I will skip the next chain, and in the next chain over here I will do a slip stitch. And I will skip the next chain as well, and in the next 6 chains I will do 1 slip stitch each. And a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. Now I will do chain 10, I will do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. I will skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch I will do a slip stitch, and I will skip the next chain as well, and in the next 5 chains I will do 1 slip stitch each. And I will do a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. Now I will do chain 9. A single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Skip the next chain, slip stitch in the next chain. Skip the next chain and slip stitch in the next 4 chains. And a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1. So now I'll be repeating this one more time, which would be chain 9. A single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Skip, slip stitch in the next chain, skip next chain and slip stitch in the next 4 chains. So once when you completed working on these chains, I will do a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 1, and we can finish off over here. To finish it off, I'm going to leave a long tail, trim it over here. Next I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook all the way through and tighten this up. So there we have completed our firework applique. Now I'll show you how to weave in the tail. To weave in the tail, I'm going to thread this tail in a yarn needle, and I'm going to turn my work to the wrong side over here. Now I'm going to run this through the loops in the wrong side. You can choose to work in any direction that you want. There's no right or wrong while weaving it in. So I'm just going to grab these loops randomly. You can go in any manner, zigzag, in a round, up to down, any manner. So once when you think you have covered enough direction in one side, I'm going to turn my work over, and this time I will weave it in, but I'll grab a different set of loops. You can do this a few times, and once when you think you've weaved in enough, you can take the needle out, stretch out the piece so that it's not too snug, and then you can trim it off over here. In the same manner, weave in the other tail. So this is how our completed applique looks after weaving in all the ends. The chain stitches where we did only the slip stitch from the second chain from the hook is to be on the top side, and you can follow the directions of the chains on the other side as to find which one is on the left and the right. You can crochet these in other colors as well. For finishing it, you can also steam or block the project if you would prefer that. I hope you enjoy crocheting this along with me. Please show your support by subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.